Hi guys, today I'm going to be planting some of my starter plants. I've been showing you guys this block. This is the soil block maker that I use sometimes to be able to make soil blocks and then plant my seeds in there. Well, I'm not going to be doing that today. Today I have a bunch of these little pots that I have left from buying flowers over the years. And so I'm just going to use them. Chicken manure and rabbit manure and sticks and leaves. It all composted down. It's got some newspaper in it. It all composted down really nicely over the winter. So then I'll take my plastic container and I will just fill it full of soil and I'll place it in one of my black trays. And I can get 48 of these containers in one of these black trays. And there, I'll do it again. I don't know how well that's going to stay there. We'll see. These here are cucumber plants, and they're all in that direction because they were facing this way and trying to go towards the light. If you don't get this, if you have one of these lights and you don't get it close enough to your plants, then they're begging that light. And what happens is you end up with really scrawny plants, and you don't want that, stems. And so you want your plant to be closer than what my plant is here. You really want your plant up here like so, where your plant is getting plenty of that light and it's not having to reach for that light. And I'm going to move this. My plans today is to move this so that it is higher. The plant is higher or closer to the light is my plan. But since I was just starting them, I put these covers on them so it makes them like a little greenhouse. And so these here are my squash that have come up on this side, and as you can see, they're just coming up and they're going to want that light as well. So whenever they get a little bit bigger, I will take this cover totally off and give them more light. In these other two containers, I have tomatoes. This container here, I have a few tomatoes that have started coming up, but I do not have very many yet. So here I have my heating pad. This is a iPower seed starter heat mat. You can also buy heat mats at Lowe's. I've seen them there in Home Depot, but they're not as big as this. This mat should be able to hold 4 of those plastic containers, and that's what I have in the other room that I was showing you with my other setup. And so I will move my plants into here. Alright, so I'm going to plant some cosmos today. These came from Baker Creek. They're heirloom seeds. Some marigolds. I plant these on the corners of my garden to help keep out bugs. And they are like this big and real tall plants whenever you plant those. And those are also from Mansfield. And they're, cut the name off of them. Oh, they're Sierra formula mix is what they are. I don't know if that makes the difference of why they're so tall or not, but I really like them. And I have some yellow cosmos. And maybe I picked up, never mind. Okay, and then I got some cantaloupe. And I got some pumpkin. We like to plant pumpkin, and we get to be able to have pumpkin at Halloween. And it's always nice to have your own pumpkin, especially whenever you grow them really, really big. And there's not any seeds in this envelope, so I guess we don't get to plant those this year. And this is another type of marigold. And then I have some eggplant. And then I don't have any watermelon seeds this year from Baker Creek because I didn't order any, and I thought I had some, but I don't. So I have some watermelon seeds here that came from my grandpa's watermelon in Texas, and so they're kind of old. They've been in the freezer. We will we'll see if they germinate. If they do, then I'll have some watermelon from these seeds. If they don't, then I'll have to go and buy another type of watermelon seed. So, I'm going to start with my eggplant. I just put a little hole in each one of my squares. And then I take and I put 2 plants or 2 seeds in each hole. It gives us a double chance of getting a plant. And what you do is you choose the better, stronger plant to keep as they get taller. And then you get rid of the other plant. So now I have some pumpkin started here. And since I would like to plant some spaghetti squash, I have to get some spaghetti squash seeds and I don't have any. I'm going to go ahead and save the rest of this tray for those seeds. And so now we'll move to the next tray. In this tray I'm going to plant some in this tray I'm going to plant these melon seeds because these are the single ones that I was talking about, where they're just a single tray or just for one single plant. So I'll do the same thing as I've done before. I will take and put my finger in there, make a hole, and then I will put 2 seeds per plant. These marigold seeds, you get quite a few to a container, and that's what they look like. You get gives you a good idea what they look like. The thing with flowers is, at the end of the year, whenever they're drying out, that's when you go and take the heads off of them and take your seeds. Because then the next year, you can be able to have the seeds for your garden the next year, and then you just continue doing that, and then you have new seeds and you don't have to buy seeds. And I do that with some of my plants. I did not do that with these marigolds this year. Well, last year I got there too late, and so now I have some marigolds. Spun orange. And they're cantaloupe seeds. I was going to show you their cantaloupe seeds. Look how bright orange and vibrant they are. They're really, really nice and orange. All right. So I will probably find me some more flowers at some point to plant, because I really like to have my flower pots with flowers in them. This is another type of marigold that I have here. This is a Sierra Formula Mix. Did I say that's what this was? This is a spun orange marigold. So no, it wasn't the same. I guess I must have said that a while ago to you guys. So you just continue planting. Your seeds. So something that I like to do in my garden is in the fall, I like to take my leaves out of my yard and out of my neighbor's yards and put them in, I either put them on my garden or I put them in a compost pile and compost them down for the winter. So whenever spring comes, I have nice soil in my garden, and I will mix that with my whatever kind of manure I have. Whether I have rabbit or chicken. Rabbit manure is not as hot as chicken manure. Chicken manure is one of those things you don't want to just go and put straight on your garden because it would kill your plants. And that's why we mix it with leaves, and I guess I had already done that one. That's why we mix it with leaves and wood chips to be able to help it not be so hot. That's what we do. So, going to plant some of these cosmos in here. In the summertime, these cosmo seeds look like this. All my seeds planted. What I will do is I will get my containers and I will cover them. All right, so now I have a spray bottle and I'm going to spray my plants, and so what I will do is I will spray them really well. And these can move as well because I have a marker there. All right, so they'll be nice and wet. So now we're going to give it the greenhouse effect, which is pretty warm in my basement. And so I'm going to put a light above these. I'm not going to do it right this moment, but I will be adding a light. Here, please hold this. I will be adding a light down here so that they will have lighting.
You see your other plants are growing?
Yeah, they're growing. And then, just like this, you had the other one.
I'm going to eat.
Okay. And then I have another one. Just like so. So now my plants are started. In a few days, they will start coming up out of the soil. And I will make sure to have my light. I will bring a light in and put a light to cover them to be able to help them be able to grow nice, tall, and strong. I'm going to adjust that light in that other room today. And so that is how I start my plants from seed. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. And please like and subscribe to our channel.